Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching us live everywhere today. I decided to come on live and surprise you guys because I invited one of my very dear friends, Dr. Meniw, to be with us today in the live show. Welcome to the show, Dr. Chris. How are you?
Very well, Nashin. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. So, Dr. Chris is joining us from Argentina, and he is a very well-known lawyer and a very, very famous tech guru. Someone who knows tech inside out, someone who does a lot of wonderful things. So he will be telling us a lot more than just the surface stuff. Before we start talking and start discussing about various topics, I want you guys to drop in the comments where you are joining me from, what do you do, where you're at, and how are things on your side. As always, your contribution makes this conversation a happy, lively, and productive one. So, I'm waiting for you guys, and I will be showing your comments here during this live conversation so that we can actually talk to you while we are online. So, we already have Chris with us, Rakesh Yadav. Hello, how are you? And we have Shariar Ahmad. We have Naveed Ahmad. Shariar is joining us from Lahore. We have Shubika. Hi, Shubika, how are you? She's joining us from Dubai. All right, 1 second. I will give you now the time to introduce yourself before the line goes up. Like there are too many messages coming in. So
Okay.
let's have an intro, a quick intro of Dr. Meniw. He's going to tell us more about himself.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for your invitation. And to give you like a brief about me, I am a lawyer specialized in Industry 4.0, professor of postgrad in two universities, one in Argentina. The name of that university is UCES, and another university in Bolivia, the private University of Bolivia, the name of that university. At the same time, I am a UN Peace Ambassador. I am an international conferencist. I gave more than 120 conferences around the world. And, well, I actually do different types of work. For example, I am the president of the Innovation Center of Bolivia. I am the president of the Space Kids Foundation here in Argentina. And I am co-founder of Metaverse Summit in Spain. And in Spain, at the same time, I have another company, Voice Humans. In that company, we are creating avatars for the metaverse and at the same time to create a new image of human beings. That's my brief of who I am.
Thank you. That is very interesting.
Thank you.
Great to know about you. 120 plus conferences. That's a lot of talking. Oh
Yeah.
my God. So what has been the most favorite topic with you in these conferences?
Well, the future of human beings, because it's related with what I feel. I feel like we are transforming in a new species, and that's why I think that this is very exciting, but at the same time, it's very challenging, because if you don't think about those things that we are going to have in the coming 5 and 10 years, in that time you are going to get lost, because you require to analyze from this moment what is going to be with your life. And it's not related with your work, because work is going to change, but the most important thing that we have to realize that is we are going to change as human beings, because our mentality is going to change, our reality is going to be totally different. That's why one of the most important things that too many people are talking around the world is metaverse. Metaverse is not just a game or a new social media. Metaverse is the future of human beings, because we are going to have the opportunity to select in which reality we are going to live, with all the challenges that means, to have the opportunity to choose in which reality you are going to live, work, touch the other person, and even have a family. So there are quite of challenges that we are having now, and in the coming 5 and 10 years, those challenges are going to be much bigger.
So, what is the future like? Do you think that the technology will be more overwhelming? Like you said, that metaverse is not just a social thing; it's something bigger than that.
Yeah, well, to put you in a context, metaverse is the next internet, but this is not a regular internet. This is an internet that you are going to have the opportunity to use your avatar, and that avatar in one time of our lives is going to become who you are, because the first step that we are going to see right now is that you are going to be able to have an avatar who is going to represent you in that metaverse. But in the coming 20 or 30 years, or maybe less, because no one knows who is going to have the power to give you the sentence that in one way you are going to have, or you are going to be able to put your consciousness into that avatar, and then you are going to leave your body, and you are going to see that we are going to be only avatars with a physical body connected in this reality, the same as the movie Matrix. So this is our future. And in relation with your question as well, I will say that this is like the most important question that human beings must ask, because what will be our goals in this future that we are going to have? Technology,
Right.
as we know, is a tool. Technology is something that can be, for example, for uh, get hurt, for example, the fire, but at the same time, the fire can cause you your death, right? So this is the same situation with artificial intelligence, the same condition with metaverse, and the same condition for every technology, because technology, it depends on the use that you use the technology. It's not something that have the power to teach you something. But the problem is, if you don't use your mind, if you don't use your mentality, you don't think, you are reactive. Well, the problem that technology is going to know much more than you, in a way that if you lose your connection with your soul, with your intuition that is in your heart. In your heart, we have intuition, we have neurons, we have more than 40,000 neurons in our hearts. There's different neurons that we have in our brains, but we have neurons at the same time. This is the connection with with your heart is with your brain. So if you connect your heart and your brain, you are going to have the power to be connected with who you are. And that is important, because with data, with the power of information, of course, that is the meaning of data, the power of biotechnology, and the power of artificial intelligence. Every company who has the opportunity to know about this situation, they are going to have the power to hack human beings. The same as Yuval Harari, the philosopher, he is telling us that
We
some
started,
companies,
yeah.
yeah,
We have started receiving questions. Yes, you are absolutely right that we need to hold fast to our own reality. We need to understand that I have just received, sorry to cut myself short here, I've just received a message that my LinkedIn is not connected. If you guys have lost us, please give me a message on quickly give me the message in the chat on YouTube or on LinkedIn so that I know whether you can watch us or you cannot watch us. All right, let's continue. So, like you said, Dr. Chris, we need to hold fast to who we are and we need
right,
to consciously remember what our life means to us, what are our objectives, what purpose we are living for. If we lose hold of that, there is going to be problem
right, right,
because the future is going to be different. We are all going to live in multiple forms of reality.
right,
So, apart from the reality where we are existing now, we will have a world of metaverse where we will be living virtually. And as things in terms of technological innovation, will improvise and improve themselves, there is a chance that both the real reality and the virtual reality will mix up. And it will become hard for us to pull ourselves out of the virtual reality and exist in the real world that we call our own world at the moment.
Right. Yeah. To give you like an example, we have three realities nowadays. The first reality is the physical reality that we can touch, feel, because we have five senses. And with those five senses, we can feel that we have this reality. At the same time, with the creation of this cell phone, we have the extension of our brains. And this is the second reality, because we are putting some conditions of our brains into this little bit machine that is our stand as human beings. So this is the second reality. This is the digital reality. Then we have the augmented reality, and this is related with, of course, with video games, with cells. Okay, so we have these three realities. The combination of those three realities is going to give us the fourth reality, that is going to be the metaverse. Okay, so we are having the experience of living so fast because of the progression of the technological improvements, such as the technology of the information and the technology of communication. Everything is going to be so fast, and the opportunity to say that we are having the power of this is too complicated if you don't realize that you need to analyze the concept of the reality. That's why the concept of intelligence already is changing right now, because if you
Right.
consider that someone is intelligent because only reading and repeat the information, that person is not intelligent nowadays. Because today you have to be the worker of the concept if you want to be ready for this future. And what does it mean to be a worker of the concept? Well, means that if you want to have the power of be improve every day, you need to use the information, but not to repeat that information. Use that information only to study the concept of that domain, because the moment is doubling faster and faster and faster. Because, for example, the knowledge in 100 years ago double every 100 years. And the knowledge that we are having today, all the knowledge around the world, is doubling in 73 days. And in 2030, the knowledge is going to doubling in 12 hours. So that knowledge is doubling faster and faster after year. So that's why the situation is we need to change the concept of the intelligence to understand the reality that we are going to have in the coming 5 to 10 years.
Right. Okay. So metaverse is now the present, not the
Right.
future. It's the
Yeah.
present, right? Like we discussed yesterday. Okay, Salami wants to confirm that metaverse is basically a virtual world.
Exactly. It's a virtual world in a 3 dimension, right? That we are going to have the opportunity to have the experience with our senses, because we are going to put a cloth with sensors, and we are going to have the opportunity of be able to feel in that virtual world the sensation that someone is touching us. And we are going to have the confusion if we feel these sensations, because we are going to have the experience as the same experience that we have in this reality. That's why it's important to understand and see, if we don't be prepared from inside to outside, the situation is going to be too complicated, because nowadays we are seeing that the use of this is so addictive, and the metaverse is going to be 10,000 more addictive than the use of social media. And Jason Lanier, the creator of the virtual reality, he's saying that we need to be prepared for this war, because yes, of course, in terms of business, it's going to provide us a lot of opportunities, and we are going to have the opportunity to don't require the body to travel or have meetings or do whatever you want to do. If you want to become a robot, you can become a robot. If you want to change your sex, you can check your sex. So it's a word that the concept of the material stuff are not going to be required. But
Right.
the problem is our goals, our objectives for life. What will
Right.
be in this world if everything is going to be like this without any effort?
We have a question from Rehan Usman. He says, my question is how to adopt a business code of ethics and create value of the business in this
Well,
fast changing space.
yeah, well, that is a good question because nowadays we are at the gates of metaverse, and that means that we don't have ethics or we don't have rights in this new world that we are going to have the opportunity to have the experience. So that's why if you want to enter in this new world, you have the opportunity to create the rules in that metaverse, because we are not going to have one metaverse. That is important to mention, because some people say that only Facebook is going to give us the metaverse. And Facebook is one of among too many companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, among others, who are going to have a metaverse. We are going to have a public metaverse, such as South Korea. That country is creating their own metaverse, and at the same time, we are going to have private metaverse. So the rules of those metaverse, or the rights or the ethics of that metaverse, we don't have at the moment. And if we want to build a legal or an ethical metaverse, we can do it. We can do this because in my case, I create 7 rights for the metaverse, and I introduce at the Congress of Argentina those rights, and I said to them, we need to build this concept of reality with rights and ethics, because if we don't build from the beginning a fair war, a fair virtual war, the situation in the virtual world is going to be the same as we have in this reality, that we have social media, that we have social classes, we have too many things that are not fair. So that's why we need to understand that we must build from the beginning this war, and this is in our hands, not in the multinational companies. We need to create. We need to have the voice to arise this virtual world that we are going to have the opportunity to have the experience. So that's why he has the power, you have the power, I have the power. So everyone who understands the rules of this new world is going to have the power to understand and create it.
So, this is something like reprogramming a system.
Right.
So, we
Yeah.
can set rules.
Yeah. We can set rules, and at the same time, we are going to have the experience to be surrendered of artificial intelligence, because too many avatars who are going to be in that virtual world are going to be no real person. They are going to not real people. Sorry, they are not going to real people, and that means that you need to understand that this is not your life. This is just a game, or this is just business. This is not the concept of you are going to be able to live in that world and you must forget your body. No. It's an extension, the same situation that we have with this, and some people don't realize that they are losing their brains because they are giving the power of our brain into this machine, and now we are going to be able to give us all as human beings into this virtual world. So that's why we need to understand that it's not our lives. This is only a concept of business and a concept of an extension of who we are, and who we are, not just an extension of our life to live or eradicate from our bodies uh, our soul and put our soul into that into a metaverse. Because if we don't realize that we need to understand the concept of this new reality, too many people are going to die, and too many people are going to suffer because of this situation. And of course, too many people are going to make too much money, because they are going to understand that this is a business, this is a game, this is not our real life. But the problem is, if you don't have the opportunity to think about this, you are going to be in so much troubles in the next 5 to 10 years.
So from this, I get it that the opportunities on both sides, the positive and the negative sides, are too many.
Right,
And many, like you have said that till now, the corporate world has not taken control of it completely, but it might do that.
right,
So realizing the power and the scope of metaverse. So when they will do that, they will certainly decide who is going to make the most money and who is going to take the most benefit and who's going to be the cushion, so that they are being used and are a source of money and resources for others.
right, right. So that's why we are seeing nowadays the new business that means NFTs. And too many people nowadays, not in 5 or 10 years, nowadays are
Now,
choosing to buy things that they are not going to be able to touch, and even to buy houses or clothing, and they are not using those stuff, and they are paying too much money for that. So
yeah,
that,
millions of dollars.
yeah, so we are talking about a video game, not about our real life. But the problem is, if you don't think that it's only a game, it's only possibility of do business or get the entertainment, you are going to be so, how can I say this word, so lost in this new reality that we are going to have. Because when we were kids, we knew only one reality, and then when grew up, we saw this second reality, and the third reality was augmented reality, to extend this reality, right, and
Yes.
see details of this reality. But the problem is, if you are going to be able to don't need your body and only be an avatar, well, this is not for everyone, because you need to be ready for this new life that is coming, and nobody is thinking about this. All the people who are listening, who I am listening, and all the people who are telling us the great metaverse concept is, not too many are mentioned the risk, not too many are mentioned the possibility to lose the concept of reality and the concept of our life. So those concepts are not the small concepts, are the important ones.
The reason behind this is they want excitement. They want people to be eager to join in. They want people to be eager to spend money on it, to make investments on it. Just like you said, NFTs are becoming too famous and are being sold in millions. The hype has been created and the excitement to invest in NFTs has been created because people are wanting, some of the people are wanting people to do that,
Right,
and they are motivating them to invest their money in things that are not tangible, in things that are just virtual. And the hype is, it's not like yani less, it's gaining momentum with more time, and more people are eager to spend millions.
yeah, yeah. Well, in my case, for example, I am creating this new world as well, because my company in Spain is to create avatars. But I am in this business. I am going to create a Metaverse Summit in Spain, and then in Latin America, and of course I hope to do it in Dubai as well. So I am into this business, but I have to be
Yes.
sincere. with people. I have to be sincere, and I have to tell them the reality of this. And the only way to explain is if you are into the business. Because when you
Right.
when you are not related with the business, you can talk but without the knowledge, and you can
Hmm.
imagine something that maybe is not real. But when you have the opportunity to be into the business, you know the profits, you know the risk,
Hmm.
you know everything about this. It's the same as
Yes.
that Elon Musk with artificial intelligence.
Right.
He's saying that artificial intelligence can be the last invention of human beings, and maybe he's going to kill us, the artificial intelligence. But at the same time, he's building robots, and he's in too many projects in relation with artificial intelligence. So
So
some
this is
people,
an assumption, a possibility, which might be completely wrong. That is why we
right,
should not go for 100%. Let me say a pessimistic view of the way things are. We should go towards the positive side where we can see various possibilities of growth, of launching businesses, of making them successful. So coming back to the same point once again, why it is important for a business to understand metaverse and become a part of it.
well, it's important because in the next 30 years, the metaverse economy is going to be worth more than this physical economy that we are having today. So we need to understand that metaverse is the extension of our lives, is the extension of the education, is the extension of human beings, and of course the extension of business. So necessary if you want to be prepared for this new economy, that I say that this economy is economy 2.0, because this is not the same economy as we used to have 20 or 30 years ago. This is a new economy that we are going to enter from this year, because Metaverse is building, is not ready yet. And every company or every entrepreneur must understand that they must be at the metaverse, and that is something that they need to understand. That is the same as, for example, in Latin America 20 years ago. If you don't have the opportunity to speak English, you are out of business, right? So the same situation with the language in Latin America is the same situation of metaverse for business. If you are not related with metaverse or digital humans or artificial intelligence or a blockchain or web 3.0 or VR or augmented reality or those technologies, you are going to be out of business. So that's why it's important to include into your routine the concept of metaverse and have the relationship with this new concept that we are going to have in the coming years.
So we have to be future ready.
Right. And not too many are ready.
What are the best ways to make our businesses future ready? One is to understand metaverse completely. And what comes next? What
Okay.
preparations should we make?
Okay. First of all, we need to understand that metaverse is a concept of internet. This is the first thing that we need to understand. Second is to study about the technologies that are creating the metaverse concept. And third is to see what things we should do to link our world with the metaverse, because we need to relate our world and who we are with the metaverse, because this is the new reality that we are going to have the opportunity to make money and travel and do too many things the same as we are doing here in this reality. So there are 20 or 30 things at the beginning that you should do to be related with the metaverse. And finally, prepare like an agenda, the same thing that of course that you are doing for your life. For example, too many people are doing what they are going to be in 5 years or 10 years. Well, we need to do the same with the metaverse concept. We need to understand first the concept, then make the agenda and say, well, in 10 years I am going to have a house in the metaverse, or I'm going to have how can I say this, a war, or I'm going to have a family over there. I need to make an agenda with the metaverse, the same agenda that we should do in this reality that we are having nowadays. So this is the same thing. If you don't understand that you need to prepare an agenda and you need to understand the concept of metaverse, well, you are going to have so many troubles. For example, in Latin America or in some countries nowadays, not too many people realize that the concept of digitalization is important, and they are losing the business, or they are losing the possibility to get connect, because the only concept of digitalization is only to have a website. That is the only thing that actually some people are doing nowadays. And as we know, the digital economy is not only to have a website, right? So you can imagine that we are entering in a new concept of business that is to digital to virtual. And that step that we are going to take is more problematic, in a way that if you don't be prepared for this concept, well, of course, you are not going to be able to do business. For example,
Right.
if you want to do not just only the opportunity to create a business at the metaverse, but in this reality nowadays, digital humans are able to improve our communications with our clients, and they can work 24 hours without any disease, or without any problem. For example, I have a problem with my son, or I have a problem with my wife, or I have a problem with the heat, because they are machines. And that's why you put the information of what they should tell or what they should answer, and they are going to apply those concepts, and they are going to represent our companies, or they are going to represent us. So that's why.
Okay, so this is easy and this is good, because then the productivity of a business or a company will definitely increase many folds.
Right, right. And there are too many technologies that we need to understand before to be ready for the metaverse era.
Right, this is very, very interesting. And it's not bad news, it's good news. We are moving towards a more sustainable future, a future that offers us less challenges to make best of things.
Yeah, yeah. And the most important thing is that we have the power in our hands, and that power
Yes, and we
is
can.
knowledge.
Yes, true, very true. All right, thank you very much for being with me, Dr. Chris. It was amazing to talk to you today, and definitely you shared a lot of good facts with us that we have enjoyed listening to. We look forward to having you with us very soon.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much to everyone, because it was a good experience for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Take care, everybody. Thank you for being with us. Bye bye.